your analysis, Marvy. It's just Carrick's is being very, very funny right now. So with that said, Clockwork, who's going to win this AS Esports for Team Secret?
Team Secret all the way.
Team Secret. I like that.
They just
Carrick,
wait 10 minutes and then the Nexus explodes.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. Carrick's, Rebel, take it away.
Welcome to Game 2 of ASE taking on Team Secret. And Rebel, it's been a while since we've had a Syndra rant.
Yeah, okay. So, my hatred for Syndra has quelled over the years. And the reason why is because there was a time and a place where Syndra was picked, much like Nautilus and Leona, in every matchup, blind, for no reason, when the champion wasn't strong. And at that point, my hatred of Syndra was at its all-time maximum. Since the champion has fallen off, at one point it was the lowest win rate champion in the mid lane, and ever since that was the case, I'm just like, okay, people understand that this champion is supposed to be used in very select type situations, and that's been the case, so I don't hate it as much anymore. I still don't like it, still one of my least favorite mages, but it does have its place. This is just, to me, comfort for play cool more than anything else. It's got good wave clear, it's got good range, it disengages, especially against a composition where you're running like multiple melee range type champions that are a good amount of your engage or true engage. I think Syndra fits pretty well. That's a genius idea, by the way. This is
just scaring Biggie off. He just wants to try and reset the aggro.
What are you
There's
gonna
no
do?
CC.
2v1 set? Yeah, what are you going to do? 2v1 set? No.
Yeah,
Okay.
Good luck. He's the boss.
Literally.
I mean, he's my favorite champion. I did get my favorite champion in this
gracious.
game. Oh, Eddie flashing away early on, stepping back up though as they want to try and take Easy Love down. Does have Yumi shields and heals, so actually a really good result there for Team Secret.
It turns out fantastic. Every single summoner burnt on the side of AS Esports, and it was everything but Ghost burnt, so Eddie still has a summoner spell if they want to try to get any semblance of aggression coming through. The biggest thing is that Xin still has the majority of his health bar, so does Zuhao. But over time, the healing is going to be better. You also have Biscuits on the side of Eddie, so he's just better lane sustain right now. Ends up turning into a decent situation because they ended up winning the health bar trade. You can see it right now. I mean, Easy Love took the far worse end of the trade in the long term, even though it looked like they had potential kill threat onto Eddie there for a minute.
They interrupt the back as well, so they could potentially really make this hurt for Easy Love if they can crash a wave. They should be able to have the wave. They stop it again.
Where is Xin? Why is
He's left in mid lane.
They
made the call that Easy Love backed, but then he got tagged by a prowling projectile, then he got tagged by a bouncing boomerang. This has gone really wrong.
Okay, but then Xin left lane for absolutely no reason. Wait, he ran mid lane, did nothing to Artifact, and then ran back.
Oh, the Ghost Water dive, trying to get him out, skewed, moving forward. The hook throws him over the shoulder, but no flash means it's a kill.
What? Why are we... nothing about that play made any sense to me. In the long standing, again, that trading to start things off was great. I think that Easy Love got a little too aggressive and wanted the kill against Eddie earlier, and because of that, they lost the health bar trade. They wanted the back. It got canceled. Xin ended up roaming and getting absolutely nothing, giving away his information of where he is on the map, and it's just perfect counterplay from Team Secret, where they say, okay, we won the health bar trade. We have push on bot lane. They have no support. Their ADC can't step up. What are they going to do? Like, we're just going to sit at bottom side. In worst case scenario, Scoot walks in and is able to take Krug Camp for basically free.
Artifact is low. There's a play going on, and Biggie is the victim.
Really, really unfortunate that Biggie ends up paying the price for that because, he was trying to salvage at least a little bit of something right there. But again, the fact that Zuhao can just leave, attach himself to Skewed, and get out of the laning phase for free because there's nothing from bottom side, it's just painful beyond belief as Easy Love once again.
How is Easy Love here?
Huh?
What has happened?
What is going on? They're just going to keep killing them over and over again. Xin is stuck now.
Rebel. They're good.
He uses E. Okay, play cool. Teleported me. Hey, that's another kill. What happened? Where is Uji? I don't understand. Truly. We went from sometimes they have really good early games, and sometimes they play really well and they have a good idea of what they're doing, to they're just getting shut out of every position. No one is getting anything done that I think they want to be getting done in the course of this game. This is what happened a second ago. Oh, okay.
What?
That wasn't bad, actually.
I mean,
but then
you might
Easy
want to check
Love,
if the junglers there.
It's not even the jungler. Like, why did Easy Love slide behind him like that? Just run right at him and slide over the wall if he leaves. But they knew his flash was down. Like, nothing about that made sense for Easy Love to go over the wall the way that he did. And then did Playcool TP to get? I think he TP'd to get here to try to cover and couldn't even make that happen. What a disaster!
Rebel, what are we watching?
We're watching some old school VCS, baby. Woo!
This is. I don't even know if you'll know this one. Ooh, Hero going in. He just kills LLT if he wants it. No, needed one more punch. But Biggie was on the way, so it doesn't quite get him. Still, it's an overall win. He gets to position the wave where he wants. But I was going to say, I don't know if you know about this, but Hank, Biggie
dies.
Okay.
What don't I know about?
It's FTV. They're playing like FTV.
Ah, okay.
That's a name I don't invoke often. Yulwei will know why I don't invoke it often. Easy Love chunked out again. Zin not doing anything on this pike.
Tragic. Like I said, he pulls an Eddie. Eddie presses spell shield. He blocks whatever the first spell is that comes through from Zin as soon as that's done. Can't get the stun off really to actually make things work. And there's not enough damage behind Easy Love right now to really make that warranted in any way. And you can see with the Yuumi, I mean, what's your consistent poke? You have none. You're all inning as Zin. And when your all in doesn't work, and then they get to sustain back to full health, and you trade half of your ADC's health bar, the lane just doesn't work. This is not how the lane is supposed to be going in any way. And I was struggling to figure out why these champions were put together in the first place outside of just like Easy Love should be fine on his own. Maybe Zin can go out and roam on the map, which is fine. But Zin has only tried it once and he got punished massively for it. I guess he's tried it twice when he stepped into the jungle, and both times he got punished for it really, really hard. So again, maybe it's just they went to comfort. They tried to give Zin something that he wanted to make an impact on the game, and it just is not working out anywhere near where they wanted it to.
See, I think there's a lot to talk about in terms of team compositions and the like from Team Secret, but I just don't know how much any of it matters.
No, none of it. None of it matters. When you're doing things like this and you're making mistakes like this from the side of AS Esports, like it doesn't matter. They could be playing anything right now. They could be playing Syndra in the mid lane. It doesn't matter. Like
LLT at least is able to push this wave in. Biggie is here, but do they really want to dive the set? There is Syndra coming up as well. This has to be a massive outplay. Uses the face breaker, uses the showstopper, puts up the shield, and survives.
Hero?
Don't dive the boss, baby.
Nope. Insane. Really, really well played. And obviously communicated really effectively. I mean, they've been pinging in mid lane basically the entire time. They knew they weren't coming up. Hero makes the play happen. No summoner spell. It was literally just him making sure that he used the ultimate in the correct direction, making sure to use the Haymaker just as best as possible as bottom lane.
Eddie is chunked down. They need to be careful. Zin still does a lot of damage as this pike. Zhuhao hopping off, wants to refresh that shield, get a bit more mana. Eddie going low. Healed up just in time.
Oh, and he's back to half health.
He flashes forward, doesn't quite land the boomerang blade. Zin needs to be careful. Don't carry a ricochet to your ADC. And I mean, you seen any good movies lately, Rebel?
Oh my goodness. Okay, all right. We're not done yet.
Biggie caught out.
It's going in the cringe compilation.
Caught in 4K. Skewed. This is such a shit.
This is so bad. Okay. We get something? No?
We don't.
All right.
We absolutely don't.
We actually do not. Okay. And the entire time, bottom lane is just winning really effectively. So AS Esports, they just play into the top three instead of playing into bottom lane where like maybe they could pull a numbers advantage, something like that. Nope. Does not matter. They play in the top side. They try to make something happen against Skewed or Hero, and neither one of them work. Nobody really gets anything on top side except for some cooldowns, some summers that Skewed's flash.
In more interesting news,
yes.
I went to the park today and I saw a really big lizard.
Wait, how big? Really cool. What kind of lizard?
It's like a blue tongue lizard. They're like probably like about as big as your forearm, maybe a little bit smaller than that. Cool. Really cool.
Yeah, that's really neat. We have lizards here that they're not lizards, they're skinks, and they just kind of live around and they like to crawl about in crevices. Yeah, those are always fun. That's like the closest thing to a lizard I get to see on a basis. Actually, my roommate has a bearded dragon that I've been taking care of because they've been on vacation for a little bit of time.
That's cool. But I saw a big lizard. He looked at me and did that thing where they like blink one eye at a time. Made me laugh. It's good. I went and read in the park for like 3 hours today. I touched grass.
That's pretty cool.
And you might be wondering, why are we talking about that? Look at the game. Look what's going on.
Okay, he's on a ward. Zin is stuck.
He's very stuck. He does
Okay.
have the E, so we'll get
Yes.
over the wall, but I mean, Team Secret can do whatever they want.
Yeah, we did full lane swap here. Well, actually, we didn't full lane swap. We had a full lane swap from Team Secret to try to come for the Rift Herald if the time comes. And this is off the back of Artifact. So Artifact is not going to be here in time, really, for the Rift Herald fight, unless they can stall it for a bit of time. Hero's not going to be here for...
They reset the Herald.
I don't care. Tell me more about this lizard, Garrix. I'm much more interested in the lizard.
I looked at him, and then he ran up a tree. It was cool. He was really quick.
That's actually really cool. Okay, now a fight.
ASC do manage to get the Herald skewed. We'll go in, get a four-man knock-up. There's a follow-up from the rest of the team as well. Set getting himself one. LLT should be able to get away with the needlework. Are they going to go under the tower? I don't see why they wouldn't, except for the fact that they have no wave. Artifact's going to get it started, interrupt those backs. Another boomerang blade whips across the team. They're going to try and turn it around onto Eddie, but Playcool is firing the tickle cannon as Hero now coming down, has a full... Okay, I don't know why he used that, but sure. And they're going to go in. Artifact will get the kill.
Yep. Picking up a pretty massive teamfight win here and a couple of plates off the top tower in exchange for that one Rift Herald going through. If you're going to make me watch a game where you're seeing so many things go wrong for the side of AS Esports and they're just making mistake after mistake, I at least like to see the fact that Team Secret gets to bully them a little bit, right? You get the Wukong combination with the Yuumi into 5 members. This is one of the hottest uses of this I've seen literally all split in most leagues. I don't think I've seen this much value out of just that combination. How many flashes, how many abilities needed to be used just to make sure that didn't come through. And at the tail end of everything, they also are able to then get play cool as well after everything, after the dive comes through. It's Team Secret who doesn't care about the Rift Herald, right? They're like, okay, 2 plates, like we get 2 plates in any circumstance. This one right here is almost already down before anything else comes through. So they get to pull the kill. They already won the team fight. They don't care about the Rift Herald. What they really care about is just making sure that the gold continues to spike. And they did exactly that. I do wonder, in live, whether they ended up going for the Dragon, because there would have been a timer maybe for the redeploy to come through faster from AS Esports, but it seems like they weren't able to capitalize on it. Instead, they ran Rift Herald right up mid lane to make sure they got those 2 plates.
Showstopper going in onto Playcool. They want to hunt down this
Good
Syndra
Lord.
Facebreaker into the Haymaker. It's another kill for Hero.
You know, I hadn't considered it, but Set with the additional attack speed probably is pretty nasty with the Blade of the Rune King and Sunfire build.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it. At least it's not the most popular because you see it on so many other champions, but it probably works decently.
So you don't typically go the Sunfire. You really like Gold
Lame.
Drinker as Set.
Lame.
It's not unbuildable. I actually think Frostfire is really good on Set. And now he's going to try and make another outplay. Doesn't have the
massive shield.
Haymaker. So no chance. Yeah, he didn't have it up, unfortunately. Zin nearly died, but ASE, it's not a perfect game.
No,
Good job,
it's
fellas.
not. Yep, you made sure it wasn't a perfect game. Eddie will pull bottom tower before you pull top tower, and I think that's first turret of the game coming through for the
Sure
Simmer,
is.
which is humongous. It is a race, but I think they should win it. Yep, okay. So there's that. And then also Dragon is available. If they want to take Dragon, it's better, boys. We can take that one.
Playcool kind of getting creamed by Artifact right now. Fighting back fairly well, but where'd Syndra go?
Disappeared. Now gone, reduced to atoms. Every other adage that you could possibly throw together. Mid lane pushes here. Artifact can back. I really want to see them redeploy immediately to Dragon. Is my one complaint. Is like when you have a game like this and you're up 5,500 gold. Yes, you'll probably win, but it could be like pulling teeth towards the end of the game if you can't force a fight that you want. And again, they are low range into Syndra, so there's a lot of reasons to suspect why like LLT and Playcool could be like at least aggravating to try to force a team fight against so that you can win any given play, as long as things aren't just like being thrown away from the side of AS Esports, which they've been doing so far. So stacking the Dragons is just a fast way to be able to be like, oh, okay, AS Esports either has to fight or we're going to get these massive tools to prepare for the later stage of the game. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're up 6k, they're up the Dragon. This feels like a Team Secret win already at 14 minutes, which is, it's tough to say at this point, but like honestly, the way this game has been going, there's nothing that tells me otherwise.
So, do you reckon, like, when an ADC has a Yuumi, do you reckon they, like, have to feed them and, like, look after the Yuumi?
I like to
How do you
think that
reckon that
Yuumi, like you play D&D, right? I like to think that like Yumi acts as like something that doesn't need food or water or sleep and just gets to sit there. Mostly because the champion doesn't do anything at all anyway. So like if you're gonna play hands off, then like you can't allow it to have it. Like, it's more like a Tamagotchi than anything. It might like yell at you for not feeding it, but that's the
yeah. I mean, look, I agree, but at the same time, I think it's kind of cute if like the ADC gave Yumi like an ice cream or something, just to have something to do.
ice cream.
Yeah, like a little ice cream cone. Why not?
That would be kind of cool, I guess. It would be a neat little animation, actually, if like Yumi like taunted while on the shoulder, like you gave him a treat or something like that. That would actually be a cool animation they should put in the game.
So they're talking about with the new jungle changes, like the little pets.
Mm-hmm.
What if you have like Yumi and a little pet? You've got a whole menagerie.
What if we just make Yumi a pet and remove her from being a champion? Then she's not out of the game for the people that want her here, but she doesn't have to ruin everyone else's experience.
You could play Kindred and then have a pet from the jungle and then have a Yumi on you, and like you've got like a full furry harem. And then
what you can do is you can have all of, like the like summoner champions, so you get like the like Ivern, you can pull Daisy in, you can do all those things and just like put them with it. You just literally are like you're just a summoner at that point. You have a necromancer army ready to go.
Hell yeah, I'm down for this.
That's pretty cool.
Riot, put it in the game. We've had some good ideas.
Yeah, listen to us.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't be listening to ASE. I'll tell you that for free.
No,
they get smacked.
They really are. You know what I can take away from this game? Cinderbad. That's what I can take away from this game. Four deaths. Nothing really for Play Cool to have done. Again, I think it was a decent pick in this game. This game has gone bad from basically minute one for the side of AS Esports. Eddie is just not letting the poor team sit silently right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's an entire item ahead of Easy Love at the moment. It's like a Phantom Dancer is the difference between them. The Pike has done absolutely nothing. Look, as you said, minute one, things went wrong. This game is just a stomp.
Sure is. And
I will say, I like Prowling Projectile. That's a really cool spell.
Prowling, the Q like coming out. Yeah. I think the Q makes a lot of sense. Like I said, I'm. Yeah, it's a cool project. I think it's something. Any ability that has like an effect like that, I think is really neat. I think they should make a mid laner that's got spells like that, where like you can track them and use them differently. But again, I'm not the design champion, or I'm not the designer.
Well, I mean,
Riot Games.
I mean, we know what the next two champions are going to be. That's pretty neat.
What are they?
It's the next one is the Shuriman Enchanter.
Oh right.
First male Enchanter, by the way.
Ooh, big pog.
So yeah, that's going to be cool. And then after that, it's the Darken Assassin mid laner that people think is going to be a dog, and I think that'd be cool.
That's pretty cool. Then does that mean that we can call people dog mid laners when they play them? What am I?
We're allowed to call them dogs.
Yeah, we literally allowed to call them dogs.
Easy Love trying to get out,
but
nope.
A very rough
Hero, put a shield up. He survives.
He's dead. Oh, Zen.
Yeah, Team Secret.
Zen.
Yeah, Zen. Trying to make something happen. Has the ult. And he gets a kill. There we go. The comeback is on as Team Secret dive under the enemy tower. Gwen picking up a tower as well. Mm-hmm. Team Secret having a little bit of fun here, but it might have actually gone a bit too far. Ooh. And he spell shields the Pike ultimate. Gets out. On the other side, you have Artifact going absolutely hog wild, wrangling these piggies down into the mud. LLT, last man standing in the fight, chained up, taken down, made it.
Just take the kill. Eddie, take the kill. Eddie, take the kill. Tragic. Okay. Well, everybody's had their fun inside of a game like this. There have been a lot of circumstances where it feels like Team Secret has been able to just win out in very individual circumstances. I'm really upset because this game has actually been really good from Hero, and Hero's stat line does not look like it, right? This was weird from Easy Love because he ended up burning the flash for basically nothing. I also love, this is to me the epitome of Zin's split, where Zin is flanking from such a ridiculous angle, and yes, he finds a kill, but a Rift Herald is charging at your mid tower. You only have 2 versus 4 in the mid lane right now, and they're getting dove. Zin, I know you got a kill, but like, was it worth it? Like, if they had gotten the mid tower, I think it would have been a lot more worth it. But unfortunately, Eddie didn't throw the second auto attack that I think would have canceled LLT's teleport and crushed the tower in one go. But it simply doesn't matter because again, the rest of the fight was just as bad afterwards. So, not that I was trying to poke at Zin at all. Like Zin, he's had some good performances, but again, this feels very endemic of everything that he's been over the course of the splits, and this has been really, really rough performance from the side of AS Esports. Where again, this was them getting slapped with money over and over and over again.
Dragon's going down. Only the second dragon of the game. So ASC, plenty of time for the comeback. They're only 8k down at 20 minutes. Honestly, we've seen worse.
We've seen a lot worse. We've seen worse
really
earlier in the game. We really have. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's still not the easiest thing in the entire world for like Hero to get in on everybody. Skewed still has some rough plays. They're just so far ahead, it doesn't matter.
I think Hero got in on them. As Biggie does use that Crescent Guard, Artifact jumping forward, and Biggie's gone. Yep. This is a hard game to cast. It's play cool. Ooh, lovely flash to dodge that Everfrost, keeping himself alive. But Artifact, with those heat-seeking chains, will take them down. Artifact low-key is actually having a really, really good LeBlanc game.
Yeah.
He has been hitting every chain.
They've played it to me the exact way that LeBlanc should be played in the modern era of the game, which is that you aren't this massive, like, super hard lane, like, destroyer in most cases, unless you're, like, incredibly talented or find the right moment for, like, a one-on-one kill. But as the mid-game kind of strikes through, you should be that champion. Once your Everfrost, your Ludens are done, once you've got the pen, once you've got the rest of it, you should be menacing. And you can see Artifact is living up to that insane way. He's got the Magi's nearly fully stacked. He's chasing down champion after champion, just having an absolute cracker of a game right now.
Biggie chained up, moving in. Skewed wants this kill. Artifact might take it. Oh, Skewed actually goes down. Biggie able to add a kill to his name. We actually finally have the scoreboard back up. So he's 2-6. Not great, but still better than Playcool, who is 0-6. The Nexus Towers are under siege. If they finish now, it will be the fastest game of the split. 23 minutes was the record before this one. Playcool 0-7.
There's a wave.
Yeah, they don't have a wave, but they've only got to wait for it, as there is very little that would actually stop them. Artifact, again, hitting a chain. It must be like 100% chain hit rate. As forward we go. Zin going to move up to try and cut the wave, and they're just going to Hex Gate out.
Okay, makes sense. They don't want to give any. I doubt they could even give away the ability to win this game at this point. There's just nothing that is holding down AS Esports in any like semblance of how this game has been turning out to make it seem like they could actually turn this one around. I mean, now they're dealing with full 3-item LeBlanc with double pen itemization. At this point, even Shield Shred with like the 25 stack Magi's. The Sivir just hit 3 items with Infinity Edge. Like the game is done, unfortunately, from the side of AS Esports, this is how we expected the series to go. The fact that game 1 was more competitive for the first 10-15 minutes of the game was to me enough from AS Esports to see. It would have been nice to see 2 of those games in a row. That would have given me a lot more faith in what they were able to do. But when they have games like this is how we could tell that this was probably the bottom team in the league, when they get kind of stomped out like this and they just have absolutely no way to get back in the game unless their early game goes well.
Or if they play Uji.
True.
That helps. Still don't know where Uji is. Zin has to run away from a very angry monkey, but stops for a second. Artifact just jumps straight over the wall, straight into Biggie. Wants to get himself another kill. The flash will save him for now. Artifact looks for it, doesn't quite find it.
I love that there was just setup from Zin and Playcool right there just to attempt to punish Artifact. Even though he went over the wall, they still didn't hit him with either one of the stuns. Just able to slip out and be a little bit of snake right there. Slipping through the cracks, making it too easy. Team Secret, I really like that they're still stomping teams like this. This has been, I'm not going to say a rough half to the end of the split, but this is a nice little game before we end up in our final week where they have to play up against Gem, a team that's competing for the #1 spot. And this type of confidence is exactly this level of play is what you want to see coming in, right? Like you don't want to see the games where they're close against AS Esports and they win, like they did in the last game. Instead, you want to see the dominating wins.
For sure. Huge face breaker. This should be the final team fight for sure. They get 2 kills immediately. Now they're just going to pad their stats. Are we getting a fountain dive?
Quick, kill
Skewed will go down. But ASE will be the bigger loser. 5